Hello everybody. Here I am on a beautiful summer's afternoon, and to introduce this video, which is going to be a flashback video actually to last summer holidays, when Rainer and I took the boys on a long road trip that incorporated Germany and Denmark. And this first piece is our visit to Hamburg. I hope you enjoy it. Well, the first thing to know is Germany is huge, and there's a lot of driving involved to traverse it, or at least by European standards. But the Autobahn and the views make it not just bearable, but actually very pleasant. Approaching Hamburg when you're greeted with the sight of the impressive loading cranes standing over the harbour. We found our hotel, which was situated on the famous Reeperbahnstrasse in the St. Pauli district, which also happens to be the major red light district of Hamburg. But we weren't there for that kind of nightlife, but because we'd found a fantastic room that allowed dogs and which was also within walking distance of the harbour and the opera hall. We dropped our bags in the room and headed towards the harbour side to find a boat tour. We quickly found a tour, but had plenty of time to first enjoy a nice fish meal before it left. Once on board, we found a suitable outside space where all four of us could be comfortable and still have a good view. And once we got going, the boys appreciated the views and fresh air as much as we did. Such well-behaved boys. I'll try not to bore you by sounding like a tour guide, but it was a much more interesting tour than I had anticipated. The port is known as Germany's gateway to the world, as it's the country's largest seaport by volume. It's been running as a port since 1189, so they certainly have had some experience. The main goods it handles are firstly pharmaceutical materials, which sound very modern, but also coffee, spices, carpets and paper, which sound much more ancient and full of history. I really enjoyed seeing all these tugboats. I don't know why, but I've always liked tugboats. I guess because they seem so capable and friendly. the huge container cranes up close was pretty impressive, and we got to see several of them actually in operation, loading and unloading. We also went past some awesomely large ships and felt so small below them, including this brand new one, which was on its first loaded voyage ever and is officially the second largest container ship in the world. I've sped this up because it took us a very long time to sail past it. We were told that in just 1 year it will transport plus minus $11 billion worth of goods. Wow. Arthur was less than impressed. Of special interest to us was this building, the Elbe Philharmonie Hall, where we had tickets to attend a concert that evening. And here we are a couple of hours later in that building, heading up to the concert hall. I wore sneakers to walk the long distance from our hotel and changed once inside. It's an incredible building with an absolute maze of interesting stairways. The upper level and deck gave us lovely views towards the city and of the harbour we'd just been on. Inside the auditorium, it was also modern, but in a flowing, interesting way. The acoustics were wonderful and everyone had a good view of the orchestra. We enjoyed the concert very much, and then suddenly we were outside walking away from the hall to a very different type of music. Rainer was very gallantly carrying my dress shoes. The next morning, it was a grey and wet farewell to Hamburg and onwards to the next leg of our summer holidays. So, friends, please do all the usual things YouTubers ask, like share and like and leave a comment, but especially if you haven't done so already, subscribe. It costs you nothing, but is a huge help for my channel. Take care, everyone, and see you again soon.